Welcome, team. Today we're going to discuss how to use the key. We're going to be using the key using two different formulas, either VLOOKUP or a combination of index and match. Here we have the equip set from gcss-army, and this is the key. Here we have the UIC, which we're going to be using to get the battalion that it belongs to, and we're gonna be using the material to find out what kind of service the equipment gets. So we're gonna highlight them yellow so it's easier for us to find the unit identification code and the material. First, let's find out what kind of service it gets. So let's add a column, insert column, and we're gonna put MP type. We're gonna use the VLOOKUP formula, which is very simple, which is equals VLOOKUP, and we go to the material, comma. We are going to be look for this value over here. This is a table. So we select from right here. Select the whole row. From here, material, we could select the whole sheet if we need to. We don't have to. We'll select it all. And then we're going to count how many spaces there are from here until the column that we need. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got to move 9 to the right. So it's comma 9, comma 0, parentheses, close. And then we double click, we select it and double click at the corner, and that will send it all the way down to the bottom. And it tells us what type of service it is. NR means no services required. So let's make this easy to use. Let's add a filter to it. And now let's get rid of the NRs. So right here, these are all the rolling stocks. So this is how we use the key in combination with VLOOKUP to find out what kind of service it is. And in addition to VLOOKUP is the if error, because these ones right here, let's sort it by A through Z. Let's sort by C through A. These right here are NA because the material numbers are not found in the key. So let's fix that. If error, comma, let's say NF for not found. And let's double click it and send it all the way down. So all these, the ones that say NF, are the ones that are not found. So we have to identify what kind of service it is. The first one clearly is a generator. So all you would do is you update the key. You would take the material number, you copy it, Control-C, copy, and then come to the key, go all the way to the bottom, and then you add that one, and then you name it whatever it is. MP type is generator. We are calling it GSE. So 04 GSE. There you go. So that is GSE. And now in the equip set, everything that has a material number is a GSE. So you will go and then you check to make sure that all these require service, and if it does not require a service, like this right here, is probably not a service. So you do the same thing. you would take the material number for it, and then you add it. And then there you go, then you have it. NR. Let's copy this. NR. So this right here does not require service. So this is how you use the key to stay up to date without having to make any changes to any formulas. We are going to update this later on. This is just a demonstration of how to use the key with the VLOOKUP formula. So now let's add another column so that we could find the battalion. Let's go to up here to the key all the way to the beginning and all the way to the right. Now here we have the unit, the UIC, and the battalion and company and brigade that it belongs to, and the division. VLOOKUP, you need to have the values to the right of what you're looking for. So if we do a VLOOKUP here, VLOOKUP, and we look for the unit identification code, and we come over here, it's not going to work because we can't go backwards. We can't go to the left. We can only go to the right. So if we want to use VLOOKUP with the UIC, we need to make sure that the UIC is to the left of everything. But then we have to adjust it each time we're going to use the field that we're going to be searching for. So for this, we need to use the index match formula. Index match combination, because index is one formula and match is another formula. The index match is like a grid coordinate. You tell it what to look for, and then you tell it the grid coordinates, how many down and how many to the left. So it works like this. We're gonna go by just the index formula first. Equals index tab. This is what you want to index, and we're gonna index this whole table. No, not that, not the column, but the whole table right here. You see everything got selected in this table. So we're going to index all of this. And then hit a comma. And then you're going to give it a grid coordinates. How many down and how many to the right? How many down? 1, 2, 3, 4. If we say 1 down and 1 to the right, it's going to give you the value that's there. If we give it a 1 and 2, it's going to give us the 1 to the right, 2 to the right. If we give it a 3 to the right, a 5 to the right, it's going to give us the value that's 5 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we give it a 4 down, it's going to give us the one that's 4 and 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, Bravo Company. So that's what the index formula does. So we need to combine another formula. We need to find this value dynamically, meaning that if the source changes, then the value is going to change. So for that, we're going to use the match function, the match formula. And the match formula, we're gonna look for the value that we are going to be looking for. This is up and down. What is going to be up and down? What's going to be up and down is going to be the UIC, because that's going to determine which row down it goes to. So we're going to reference the UIC. We're going to go to comma, and we're going to come over here and click on the UIC like this, making sure that everything is selected like this. And then comma, 0, close parentheses. So now the match function is telling us how many steps down the UIC that we're referencing is. This UIC is 1 down, so it's going to reference that one right in there. Let's hit enter. So it's HHC. So if we send this down, double click it, each UIC is going to give us the one that we're looking for. No, wrong one. That's correct. So now we have all the companies: A, B, C, FSC, HHC, and HSC, because it's doing it by wherever this is it. So if you want to get the brigade, we will have to change here to 1, 2, 3 for the brigade. Now it's giving us the send it down. It's all the same brigade, so it's all going to be 1. But the same way that we made the UIC dynamic, we could make the title dynamic. So we could take this and make it into another match function. We could say match, hit tab, and then we're going to match the BN, but we're going to lock the value. We're going to hit F4 so that it locks, so it doesn't move. So when we shoot the formula down, it always references this cell. We're going to hit comma, and we're going to look for it over here in the header, the whole header, comma, 0, and close up parentheses, and 0. And let's take this one and let's shoot it all the way down. So now if this changes to brigade, it's going to tell what the brigade is. Capitalization of the letter doesn't count, but spelling does. If you hit battalion, it's not going to find anything, even if you spell it correctly, because there's no battalion in the field that you selected. So you need to put the BN. It's going to find the BN. If you put SLOC, it's going to find SLOC. If you put company, it's going to find the company. So we're going to call this one the battalion. BN. And then what we could do is we could add another column. And we take this, move it. And we take this, we call this one company. And we make this one over here. There you go, double click. So now we have the company and the battalion. So now, whenever a UIC changes, we don't have to go into the formula and change any values. We just go into the key and change that UIC value. Like if this one right here changes to anything, if we change it here, it will change to that. And we don't have to mess with the formulas at all. So this is a VLOOKUP. This is match, index and match. So team, that is how you use the key and using the two types of formula, either VLOOKUP or index and match. Once again, if you have any questions, leave your comments below. Subscribe, like, and share. Thank you very much.